Hey guys, so just to recap so that you are able to do your note cards while you are at home, we did talk about this portion of the note cards and I talked about all the steps that you need to have, so I just wanted to go through that really quickly. So an important thing here, your note cards will come from the 4 sources that you guys have. Remember, if you have 5 sources, then you're going to have note cards for each of those sources. Just depends on how many you have. So that'll bring you either a total of 20 or 25 depending on the amount of sources you have. So you're going to write 5 note cards for each of those sources. Okay, so 2 out of each of the 5 note cards need to be direct quotes, and 3 of them need to be indirect quotes. So just to recap that for you, your direct quotes look like this. Something like this right here. So there are quotations around it. It was taken word for word from your source. Okay, so that does not mean you go into your source and you look for something that is in quotations. You're just taking out the information you want from each source that's going to help you in your paper. And if you take it word for word, that's considered your direct quote. It will have quotations around it. That's how I will know the difference between your direct quotes and your indirect quotes on your note cards. Okay, so outside of that, your indirect are your paraphrasing. So you're paraphrasing, that is when you change the information to your own words. So if you look at a paragraph on a source, what you need to do is, my suggestion, read through that a couple times, set that device aside, and then write down in your own words what you just read. You don't want to run into any plagiarism problems, so it should not be similar to the original whatsoever. You can't just change words, put them in different orders, replace just single words here and there. Needs to be in your own words. That's what paraphrasing is. Paraphrasing is the same thing as an indirect quote. So back down to our note card information. Remember, that's 2 of the direct ones and 3 of the indirect for each of your sources. Okay, so here are your examples just to recap. So on the blank side, just one of your note cards, you need to have your name. That's what the Chris Brown is. And then you need to have your topic. So write down what your topic is for me. On the line side, which is this side, each note card needs to be numbered in the top left. So you're just numbering 1 to 5. So you will only go to 5 for each article. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next set of note cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will not number 1 to 20 or 1 to 25. This right here is your article title. Okay, you can see it's in quotations. If it is a website or if it is an article, it's going to be in quotations. Whatever it looks like from your work, your annotated bibliography, that's how you're going to keep that. If it is a book, so like a Google book or you got one from the library, it's going to be in italics. If you have trouble writing in italics, just write a little I next to it so that I know you have it in italics. That should go in the top right like this. This is going to be where your quote goes. So this one obviously is a direct quote because it has quotations. So this was taken word for word. Okay. This is the super important thing here. You have to have your citation. Remember, we talked about citations. Those are super important. Every single note card needs to have one, whether it's direct or indirect. Okay. This is an example if you had an author. The last name of the author is Moran. They got this from page 14. Okay. Other super important thing, if we look, the period here, okay, has to be on the outside no matter what. Will not stay inside here. Okay. So if you need help with this and you forget how to do it, if you just scroll back up into your packet or flip into your packet, here's your examples. Should be author, last name, page number. Remember, websites will not have page numbers, only books, anything that's actually numbered. Otherwise, it would just be Smith. 2 authors, put an and in between. 3, there's commas, except for between the last one. Remember, this was odd about our page numbers, so this would be 45 to 48. It is implied that this means 48, so you drop the 4. Okay, and then this one is our oddball if you do not have an author. You need to make sure that you are using the title. Okay, so your article's title or your website's title, whatever. It should be shortened. So here's the original down here. It should look exactly like that. If it's in italics, it would be in italics. If it's in quotes, it stays in quotations. However it looks, that's how it should stay. So if we go back down, make sure that's on each note card. You should not have any quotes that go the full length. That means your quotes are way, way, way too long. And lastly, up in the corner, these are your categories. You can put anything you want there. So whatever that note card or that quote is about, give it a category. I said this is a character connection. Whatever you want to call yours, you can call it. You're going to have some that are going to be the same. That's completely fine, but each note card should not be exactly the same. You should not have 20 with the same category. So these were due on Monday, so yesterday, for the rest of the students. So I would like you guys to get these done while you are out. Okay. If there is anyone you would like me to send note cards home with, just send me a message in Canvas and I can do that for you. Also, if you have any other questions, just send me a message in Canvas. Otherwise, hopefully you guys do okay with these. Thanks.